All right, welcome back. You're tuning into Financial Fitness Northwest live on 1150 KKNW. We provide our listeners with information from business professionals to bring solutions to your daily life and local charities to provide you with the opportunities to give back to your community as well. And today we're in studio talking with Jake Weber. Jake joined FamilyWorks as director in 1997 after serving on its founding board of directors for 2 years. Jake has a BS in music therapy and a master's degree in social work from UW. In 2007, Jake was honored by Children's Trust Foundation with the first national Janet Miller Award of Excellence. She feels lucky to have a job that she loves, getting to partner with communities, the staff, and the board to nourish individuals and families on a path to
resiliency.
Thank you. Man, that was a tricky word. Jake also plays guitar. This is the coolest part. She plays guitar in a swing country band called the Wire Tappers. Tappers. Dang, man. I'm having a hard time with the words today being on the radio. Oh, my gosh. So tell me about your band. Where do you guys play?
Oh, we play, here and there at restaurants, and we're playing at the Heirloom Tomato Festival.
Wow.
At Cedar Brook Lodge.
Fun.
It's actually great. The best tomatoes I've ever tried.
I love tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, you should come.
Where's it at? Where's the tomato?
You know where Cedar Brook Lodge is? It's a lodge by the airport.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds fun.
That's like your dream, Mom. You wanted to be a guitar player.
I ddid.
Yeah, you did.
I do like to play. I mean, I do want to play the guitar, but
I feel like you're more folky. You'd be like a, folk rock. Anyways, that's so cool. Well, we're so glad to have you here sharing with us about FamilyWorks. I had the privilege to come out there and see you guys. It's amazing. It's truly amazing what they're doing. So can you tell us about FamilyWorks, where you guys are located? And
Sure. But before I do, I just wanted to say that this is a very unique thing you all are doing. And appreciate you reaching out like this in a way that reaches so many people to talk about ways people can be involved. It's really a great thing. And I just feel I'm in a room of women right here, of really kind of powerhouse women. And I've just learned so much. And anyway, appreciate all the good work you're doing.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. We're happy that you came on.
Yes, we're
we
privileged.
love to learn more about the charities. It's awesome.
Yeah. So FamilyWorks, I hope you didn't do the math on how long I've been there, but actually
Nope.
I've been there since the beginning, and so the organization's been around for 20 years. And it started as a food bank, and but what we really want to do is be able to have access to food, but really to other resources, so people can have information they need, the resources they need, and the community they need, so that they can be resilient.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we don't have access to those things, it's certainly a lot harder. We are located in Seattle, in Wallingford, so the north end of Seattle, but we also have a food bank in Greenwood that we opened up last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's really unique, isn't it? Because mostly food banks just provide food, right?
Right. So we have kind of pioneered that idea. However, nowadays, especially in Seattle, they've been adding what they call navigation coordinators, because they realize that you just come for food, you are meeting that really basic need. But what often people need is other things in their life. When you're needing food, you're often in a vulnerable place of possibly not being able to keep your home or your housing. You might not be able to pay the bills or your electricity or this or that. And so having access to things that they can need to build up their foundations, so that they can move on to other things. And so these navigation coordinators do some of that work to connect people to resources.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, here you have these people that are coming to the food bank, and it's sort of, I won't say, it's kind of like a captured audience to help people that, like you say, would have other needs, but maybe they're not reaching out. Maybe that's just a first step. So maybe, I don't know. It sounds like really be an awesome thing to catch them at that,
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And for many people, often new to town or whatever, they really don't know where things are or what to do. How do I enroll my kid in school? Or if you don't speak native, English, it's a little hard to figure some things out. So we just kind of try to connect people to those things to make, because everybody wants the best things for their kids and their families. And so
Of course.
the resource centers can help to do that.
So let's say you walk into FamilyWorks to get some food or some resources. What do you guys have there for them in the way of resources?
Right. So other than the food bank? You mean?
Yeah, other than the food, yeah.
Well, sometimes people come in for diapers because they hear that we have free diapers and clothing,
Okay.
toys, and books for their kids. So it might be, oh, this is great because, my kid needs some new shoes or, they're secondhand shoes, but
Yeah.
needs a pair of shoes.
Right.
And so they can find those things, which is great. And then while they're there, we kind of talk to them. Well, what's going on? Is there anything else that you're looking for? They say, well, I don't really know anybody. Well, we have these parent-child play groups you could come to. And so we have,
That's cool.
we have one in Spanish and Japanese, a couple English groups. And there, of course, they can meet other parents.
Right.
Their children can begin to learn, the social skills and things like that. Parents can kind of learn activities that they can do with their kids. And so building that community is really kind of a big part of what we do. So they can join a play group. We can also tell them about some parenting classes or parent workshops we have going. We even have sometimes budgeting and financial skills
cool.
classes, CPR, things like this. And cooking classes. So it all kind of
Cooking
depends.
classes.
Cooking classes.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Here's your food, and we're going to show you how to cook it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is.
How to prepare some healthy meals for your kids. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
One time we had this cool event, which was kind of a chef's cook-off with two pretty well-known chefs in the area, and they used food bank products, and then they prepared these dishes that we tasted, and we kind of we tasted them and saw who was really good at what they did, but one of them had never seen a canned pea, so she did not realize that the peas kind of turned a little, that color green that they do in the can, but she made this great frittata out of it, and it was really good, but there's a lot we really actually try to avoid a lot of canned food, but
You guys have really good food when I was there. There was it smelled so good. There was just yummy bread. And I was like, wow, I want to go shopping. Get my grocery bag out. It's fresh produce, a lot of really good stuff. I didn't even see any canned food, really.
we get a lot of wonderful, especially in the summer, the farmers markets and people who have gardens of their own bring excess things over. A lot of the grocery stores, just might have, sometimes if things are really expensive in the store, they'll have extra avocados or really nice peppers or whatever, and we'll receive, things that have been on the shelf, but they're still wonderful food. And we don't put anything out in the food bank that we wouldn't want to eat ourselves. So it's all very high quality.
Wow, that's awesome. So how many people work for your organization?
We're a rather small group, 14 people, but probably 8 full-time if you added them all up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so do you have a lot of volunteer help then?
We do. About 500 volunteers,
Oh, wow.
giving about 5,000 hours a year. And actually, really, when people say we couldn't do it without volunteers, we actually really couldn't do it without volunteers. I mean,
Yeah.
they're such an important part of what we do. And someone calculated we need about 28 volunteer hours for every hour we're open at the food bank. So it's a lot of gleaning, food from various places, picking up food, sorting through food, particularly the produce, thinking about the line that's as healthy as can be and making it look nice. And in our food bank, people come and pick from crates that say, you can pick one of these or 2 of these. If you have a family over 4, you can double that. But it gives people a choice, as well as has a friendly person behind the line kind of check in with them. And so there's relationships built as people come through. And it really, for some people, it might be the only contact they have, with someone they know and feels that they care about them. So we really pride ourselves, like you all do. I hear a lot about customer service and quality work. And so the customer is who we are just focusing on, and they're the center of our attention, and we just see everyone with strains as they come through. We just love everybody. We want to see them there, and so we try to do the best we can to provide really healthy food in an atmosphere that's welcoming, and then offer any other kind of access to resources that they need.
We've been hearing a lot about homelessness right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So what have you seen that's, changing in the population that you guys are serving? I mean, what's going on with the homeless community?
Yeah, we have. It seems about a 25% increase in homelessness over
Wow.
a couple years. Yeah. And so what we do is prepare these no-cook bags, which are bags of food that can be eaten readily, do not need to be
Okay.
prepared in a kitchen or whatever. So if a person's staying at someone's house or they're in the car or on the street, they can utilize these bags of food. But so I think that, again, we're working with, we don't provide housing, but we try to provide access to housing, but it is super limited in Seattle, especially. So I'm sorry, I think what people don't quite realize, though, is how the food banks are helping to prevent homelessness, because often we're working with people who might have just a low-paying job, or maybe their husband got injured or something, or they got injured, or whoever's doing the earning, and might have a period of time where they really can't afford the mortgage or the rent or the bills, and so the food that they get really saves a lot of money for people, so that can help them keep in their homes, which I think sometimes you don't really think about, well, what's a food bank doing to prevent homelessness, but
That's what it's doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't have to buy food. You can reallocate all those funds to maybe keep your
Exactly.
rent current, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and food is expensive, as you know.
Yeah. Food is very expensive.
So who can use FamilyWorks? What's the criteria to be able to go there? And
Yeah. Well, the food banks, a lot of the food banks are, they're sort of separated by geographical zip codes. So if you call 211, 211 is a great resource for finding out about any social services in the state of Washington.
Oh, I didn't know
It's
that.
kind of like the 911, 211 of social services. Even if you wanted a food bank in Centralia or Spokane, they'd have that information. So,
Wow.
so we serve probably 6 zip codes. It's a large area in the north end of Seattle for the food bank. Well, we won't turn anyone away, though. If they come, we can just help them with food and then show them to their neighborhood food bank. The Resource Center, really anyone can come. We are funded partially to serve Seattle, but we have people coming from really far away because we have free parenting classes that many people don't have. They charge money, and or these Spanish play groups are not readily available other places. So yeah, and anyone could come. Come on over. Come over.
just one
We'll
big
have
happy
some fun.
family.
I love it. So what can people do to help FamilyWorks and get involved? And I mean, do you guys need donations? I mean, you have a ton of volunteers, probably always looking for more volunteers, right?
Sure.
Food, clothes, what can they do?
Yes, exactly.
All those things?
Yeah, those things.
You answered the question you
I know,
asked.
sorry.
Everything.
Oh,
Yes.
they need it all.
Food any time of year, and if you have a garden or a tree, wondering what to do with all this extra food that you can't eat, food banks would love to take them. Diapers are a big need always.
Okay.
They're so expensive. It's hard for people to be able to use cloth diapers, really, because it's a lot of expense in that, and sometimes people don't have the setup for it. But diapers are just, they create a lot of stress on the parent if you don't have diapers, right? As you know.
It's sad. That's
it
true.
is.
Because
It
I
is.
really never thought of that, but it would be stressful if you were short on diapers because you need them all the time when you have little babies.
Right, and it
Yeah.
could create diaper rash or
Yeah,
whatever.
because
and
you're
so
trying to make them
then-
last longer.
All right, so you're doing things that you
Sad.
probably, So anyway, we'd love to be able to give out diapers.
Okay.
And
And they're expensive, right? I mean, that's a
they're very
expensive
expensive. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So people appreciate that. Toys and books are always really welcomed by people, especially books for kids. These are all kids. We don't accept adult clothing. We just don't have the room for it, but those kind of products. Obviously, money is really critical for us. We got to pay the bills too, and so that's really, really helpful. And volunteering, let's see. We have an event coming up.
You do?
We do.
Tell us about
Yeah.
that.
It's oriented around food because we love food.
Okay, well, we'll be there.
Okay.
We do too.
Yep.
Sounds good. You heard of Tom Douglas, have you?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's at his Palace Ballroom. He's been doing this for probably 10 or so years. Gives us a screaming deal on the location. It's a family style meal, and we have a program. We have a silent auction, but it's not a live auction. A very nice meal, and then some of our participants speak about how FamilyWorks has helped them. So it's really a community building event with good food.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds amazing. And when is that?
That is October 6th, Sunday. It's a Sunday supper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And can anyone go to that?
They can, but they'd have to buy a ticket.
Right, right, obviously.
They can find it on our website.
Okay, we'll put it on our website too, so anyone can go find it there.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds
absolutely. Good. So what is a highlight of your last year of work? You have a highlight that you want to share with us?
A highlight. When we opened up the new food bank, it was a highlight in that our organization really wants to be able to meet needs. And there was a food bank that was up in that area, but it closed down, and we knew that a lot of folks were going to be stressed out by that. And, it's often hard for people, especially elderly folks, to get a really far distance on the bus, whatever, and then carry their bags of food back. So we opened up with the Salvation Army a location in Greenwood on Wednesdays, and it's been really it's been a great thing. Over 400 households have used it since April of 2016. So it's a lot of people who are just struggling in various ways. So that's been exciting. And I don't know, we have some new staff people. Everyone's just so committed to their work and to the lives of people to try to just better people's lives. And so,
wow,
it's a wonderful team.
That sounds wonderful. Gosh, thank you guys so much for coming on, Jake, and sharing that with us.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, my goodness. We'll have all the information about FamilyWorks on our website, so everyone can go there and donate. Thank you so much for tuning in. When we come back from the commercial, we're going to have the Riley Johnson team market update. And today we're going to share with you some big changes on appraisals for purchase transactions. So stay tuned for that.